welcome to Monday nights. What did I say night? It's not, but it's going dark. What do you mean it's not? It feels like it's going dark. It's really dull outside. And I'm like, oh, we're not far off, are we? We're not far off. It's the one thing I do hate about going into winter, like the darker nights. I'm not saying we're going into winter, it's still bloody August. It's still middle of summer, but I'm just like, start to notice it a little bit this time of year. It's 8:05. It's quite dull outside. All the lights are on in here. Anyway, that's why I said I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a good evening. Did I say good evening? Good. I can't remember. Christ. How are we all? Have we all had a good Monday? My Mondays are just I've literally. I don't know why. I literally make Monday and Friday the 2 days that no one ever wants to be busy, right? Monday, you ease back into work after the weekend. Friday, you're easing out of work because it is the weekend. And my Mondays and Fridays are always my busiest days. They really are. And I just I've tried to change it. I can't help myself. I've done a shopping vlog today, a weekly weight loss vlog today. I've filmed pretty much, over half of a Worth the Calories episode for Friday. Absolutely on it. Tomorrow I'm going to film a podcast. I'm trying to get ahead of the game with my content. I'll tell you why. I want to take Wednesday off work. Wednesday morning, I've got everything weight loss session, 8:30 to 9:30. Going to finish that, straight to the gym, train, come home, walk the dogs, and then I'm going to spend the afternoon jet washing. And while the weather's nice, I'm going to do jobs around the house for the afternoon. That's my plan for this week. So I'm trying to fit 3 days worth of work into 2 days. Right, innit? It's right. I'll get it done. It'll get sorted at some point in time. It's really weird. Since Kevin, I've not seen Kevin this morning. Was Kevin on this morning? I can't remember. Said about mirroring, so this was the right way around. I've now mirrored the stream, the Facebook, YouTube stream, because they're saved. So now on Facebook, YouTube, it does actually say The Real Lost Boss properly. I can't be bothered with the TikTok one because people will just find it weird. So, but it's even weirder for me now because this one's mirrored, or this one isn't mirrored, and this one is mirrored. Doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm talking about it. I just am. Anyway, let's do top 5 on TikTok this evening. Cam's in number 1, Amy's in number 2. Nikki's in at number 3. James is in at number 4. And Faye is in. Oh, Kevin's on. He's on TikTok here. And Faye's in at number 5. Kevin, good evening, mate. Kelly's in as well. And Emma, good evening. Jane's in. Paula. Tried the Iceland luxury spicy chicken bottle tonight. It was banging. They're good, those, aren't they? Do you know what? I've had a few of them luxury Iceland. I had them ages ago. There's so many things that have just because I've seen other content creators posting them. Like, bloody hell, I forgot about that. So Rachel was in Blackburn on Saturday having some facial stuff done. So I shot off. And literally where she was having it done was near the football ground. So next to the football ground in Blackburn's Aldi, Iceland. So I thought, Joe, I'll go and film some content. So I went in Iceland and just I wanted to find the new My Protein meals. Then I'm like, you're in Blackburn. You have no idea what time you're going home. So I couldn't actually buy any. Then today I've been there. I've been to Lidl and done a vlog up at the airport in Blackpool. So I've been to the Lidl there. And then I went to Aldi there as well. And I was like, I need to nip into Iceland because I want to get the flipping barbecue hot honey mac and cheese with pepperoni. Bloody forgot to go. Can't go tomorrow. Might be a Wednesday job. I want to do my jet washing on Wednesday. Might be a Thursday job. I haven't decided. Anyway, I need to go and get them. But anyway, when I was in Iceland, I was looking around. I was like, some of them luxury meals are banging. And a lot of people are like, it's got protein meat on it. It's got protein meat on it. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to go around every supermarket and I'm going to go through all the ready meals. Right? I'm going to just stand in a freezer section for half an hour reading nutritional labels on ready meals. There must be an easy way to do it. I might just ask Chat GPT, Chat PTF or something. I might just go, yeah, tell me how many ready meals in Morrison's are under 500 calories with over 30 grams of protein. Will it work? No idea. I'll ask it. It might save me spending hours in the supermarket. Anyway, so yeah, Iceland, some really good options there. Some really good options. I've not had them all. I've had the tikka masala. I've had the special curry. Someone said it was a little bit watery. I've not had it for a bit. I'm thinking if it is a little bit watery, could you make up a little bit of the goldfish curry sauce and then mix that through it? Don't know, I might go and get it. Anyway, Kevin, glad you enjoyed it. Ryan, evening, mate. Oh, you good? No rest for the wicked. There's no rest for me. I love it though. I love it. I never have a day off, if I'm being honest with you. In terms of, don't get me wrong, I'm not flipping world's smallest violin and all that crap. If I wanted a day off, I'd have a day off. But I've always got to be busy, me. Even with work, like even on a Sunday, like this Sunday, I write my email on a Sunday. Don't bother me. Like this week, because I might be a bit hungover on Sunday. I don't know. It's not going to be a big drinking do. We're going out for a meal, so it never I don't want it to be a big drinking do. But we are going out Saturday. We're going out into Polton, a few drinks and a bit of food. So I might write and schedule my emails Saturday or Friday or Saturday. I don't know. If I'm a bit hungover, I can never be too bothered. But yeah, I'm always doing something, mate. I love it though. I love my job. Like, and I mean that sincerely. I'm not just saying. I do. I love my job, and I'm very lucky in that respect. You know, I genuinely do. I love my job. So yeah, I'm always doing bits and pieces, and it is hard work though. I see a lot of people, you know, especially now with social media. Apparently, there's about 60,000 people in the UK. Like their full-time job is just posting content, and I get it. I've thought about it myself. Like I monetize my social media, and I don't earn enough to not do my other job. But I'm like, well, my coaching side of things, dealing with clients, writing plans, doing check-ins, I probably dedicate about 25 hours a week to. And I'm like, if I took that 25 hours and dedicated it just to posting on social, could I earn the same amount of money? Yeah, I probably could, if I'm being honest with you. I probably could. So, you know, but it is hard work. A lot of people, I see that, you know, oh, it's not a proper job doing it is flipping hard work. Let me tell you that now. Going out, making content, editing it, uploading it, doing all the captions, it's time consuming. And to think about the new content all the time. I'm rubbish with my content on TikTok at the moment. I've lost my TikTok. I don't know. It's a bit of a dead platform at the moment, if I'm being honest with you. And I think I've just lost a bit of interest. I don't know why. I don't really get too much engagement on it anymore. I don't know if I've done something and it's just killed the algorithm, because social media is all about keeping the algorithm going. And I'm very much like that. I need interaction to keep me interested. Facebook, Instagram at the moment is flipping bonkers. Like, it's just absolutely nuts. I think in the last 28 days on Facebook alone, I had 14 million views. 14 million. Like, 14 million people have looked at my content in the last 28 days. That blows my mind. That absolutely blows my mind. And this is why people get paid. This is why people get paid from social media. How much would a company pay for a 30-minute, for a 1 minute advert in between Coronation Street that gets 6 million people? Or does it even get that anymore? TV doesn't get any views anymore, does it? It's absolutely dying to death. So it is bonkers. It is bonkers. I only come on TikTok to watch these lives now. I mainly use Insta. Yeah. And I think, like, obviously, and I think the thing is, TikTok, when it first came out, it was unique, wasn't it? It was like these 1 minute clips. People were doing funny things. But every social media platform's the same. Like, what made TikTok unique? You've now got Reels and Facebook. Reels on Facebook and Instagram. That's it. And Reels is TikTok, and everything that's posted on TikTok, I do it. I post a video to TikTok, I post it straight to Instagram and Reels. Right? So the content's the same. YouTube Shorts is just Reels. So anything I post on TikTok, I can post to Instagram, I can post to YouTube, Facebook, and I can post to YouTube. It's all the same platform, except the difference is with Facebook and Instagram, the stories are better. You can actually put photos on, and I know you can do that on TikTok, but it's just not as good. It's just not as good. So, yeah, TikTok's a bit of a dead platform to me at the moment. But the lives on TikTok are class. Like the live format on TikTok is great. But I can go live on Facebook, I can go live on YouTube using third-party software. So I can triple stream like I've been doing for this year now. So although the YouTube and Facebook lives aren't as good as TikTok, I can kind of kill two birds with one stone, if that makes sense. And the lives on YouTube and Facebook for me, when I first started doing these restreams, I used to get 3 or 4 viewers that were watching me through Facebook and YouTube. Now I've got, it's just dropped to 6. I had 15 a minute ago, but it has just dropped to 6. But maybe some people, I don't know. People are like, oh, he's watching us. I'm not watching, I haven't got a clue. Anyway, there we go. Would you never go live on Insta, or are you too deep into TikTok lives? Now, I could go live on Instagram, and I might, but I use Restream, and I pay for the £10 a month or 50. I think it's $15 a month, which works out about 11 quid a month. And I can only connect 2 social media platforms. I connect YouTube because I just think it's great for watching. Like you can log on to YouTube. Someone's at my front door. That might be Rachel, actually. I can. YouTube's just great for watching. Like anyone now that's on YouTube, you can stick it on your telly, stick it on your iPad. It's just a good platform, isn't it? Facebook's just bonkers this year, so I've chose those 2 platforms. I can restream 3 lives. I could also connect Instagram, but then I'd have to up my package, and the next package goes from like 11 quid a month to like 45 quid a month. And I just, is that Rachel? Is that someone at my house? I don't know. It goes like, and I'm just like, for an extra £30 a month, I just don't think it's worth adding Instagram. I just don't think it's worth adding Instagram. I don't know. I might do. Because my Instagram's growing quite nicely as well at the moment. So I might do. I can actually put TikTok on Restream as well, but it's a right faff. So I could literally use my software here and just have everything connected to it and just do the one live. But it's a faff. It's a faff to put TikTok on. Anyway, I might do. I could do Twitch. I could connect any social media platform where you can go live to this Restream software. But TikTok's a bit of a faff, I think. YouTube is good, how it says too. Yeah, exactly. And Facebook is the same. So YouTube is good, and it's monetized as well on YouTube. Not that I get much money from YouTube, about £70 a month, £60, £70 a month, but it all adds up. 60, 70 quid here, 60, 70 quid there. All adds up, all goes into the pot, doesn't it? So, and I'm building it up. I'm building up my mission was to have 1,500 subscribers by Christmas. I've got 2,400 now. Now, that might be absolutely nothing to certain content creators, but to me, it's a platform that I'm working on and building up. Kevin, there you go. Switch to TV, YouTube. And it is miles easier for watching. Don't think I'm eating the right things. I'm very picky with food. Not lost anything in 3 weeks. Doesn't matter what you're eating. Doesn't matter, Natasha. Doesn't matter what you're eating. I get loads of people doing this. I'm not eating the right things. Weight loss is not determined by what you eat. It is simply determined by the amount of calories you consume. You can eat nothing but chocolate bars day in, day out within a calorie deficit. You will lose weight. You can eat nothing but McDonald's, Greggs, pizzas. It does not matter. We've been led to believe, you can't lose weight if you eat carbs. You can't lose weight if you eat this. You can't lose weight if you eat that. Protein, carbs make us fat. Fat makes us fat. These foods make us fat. Nope, it's just calories. That is it. Right? It does not matter what you eat, how old you are, male, female, what your body's going through at the moment. If you can consistently stick to a calorie deficit, you lose fat. So, Natasha, if the scales have not moved for 3 weeks, there is a very good chance you are not in a calorie deficit. And you might go, yes, I am, Neil. And I go, no, you're not, because you are not a medical marvel that can't lose body fat. Right? The body's just going, do you know what? I don't like Natasha anymore. She's starving herself, but I'm not going to let her lose any body fat. Absolute nonsense. You're not eating what you think you're eating. Now, don't get me wrong. 3 weeks is a little bit short. We get we get fluctuations in our body all the time that can counterbalance fat loss, right? That counterbalances fat loss, right? I would never look into a weight loss plateau, stall, maintain period past 4 weeks. Past 4 weeks. So if you weigh weekly, week 1 didn't lose anything. Week 2 didn't lose anything. Week 3 didn't lose anything. Week 4 didn't lose anything. Right? Week 5 didn't lose anything. Right, then we'll go in. Something's going on. What's going on is you're not in a calorie deficit anymore. What I'll try and find out is why. Now, if you say you've not lost anything for 3 weeks, Natasha, are you? It is Natasha, isn't it? Yeah. Or I'm calling you Natasha. It actually doesn't say that. It says Nastasia. Is that Russian? Have I said it right? Please don't come at me if I've pronounced it incorrectly. But, you know, when people say I've not lost anything for 3 weeks, like, have you weighed weekly and, oh no, the scales have gone up and they've gone down. It's just not consistently. When they go up, they go down, then they go up, then they go down. So yeah, I just keep fluctuating, pound off, pound on, pound off. Classic, you're in calorie maintenance. Dead simple. Dead simple. You're answering your own questions. You know, and if you think you're in it, I've had a client today message me and they actually checked in. It wasn't their check-in, so I said, we'll have a look Friday. But they've literally said, I'm weighing daily, I'm hovering around this, but I can't shift from this number. When they came on plan with me, they told me they couldn't shift from this number. It's just a mental block, right? It's a mental block. And they've done exactly the same. I'm weighing everything, I'm tracking everything. You're not. Or if you might be, but you're not doing it right, right? And what I mean by that is some people are like, I'm weighing everything, I'm tracking everything. Well, something's going wrong somewhere. So you're either underestimating, overestimating. Are you really weighing everything? Well, I weigh my cereal, but I don't weigh my milk. Or I don't weigh my oil that's going in the pan. But I only use a splash. Oh dear, what? That splash that's 150 calories, it's in your wrapper's 40 calories. What about gaps in your diary? You know, what about things that you don't necessarily need to weigh, but you're underestimating what you're eating? Like, yeah, I've had 3 slices of pizza. No, I think you've had 6. I've sat there and watched you, right? And you're putting in your wrappers 3. We very much self-sabotage ourselves. And that's it. When we've got a weight that's a mental block, we subconsciously self-sabotage ourselves. So we sit there and we convince ourselves we're doing everything right when you're not. Because like I say, no one is a medical marvel. No one. Right? If you were the only person in the world that couldn't lose body fat by being in a calorie deficit, you would be a billionaire. You would be an absolute, you might be tested on a lot and you might spend your life living in a lab, but you would be an absolute, you're a medical marvel. You'd be a phenomenon. Right? And let me tell you that, answer this, anyone that's watching this live now that says, I just can't lose. I've been eating 1,500 calories a day for 2 months and I've not lost any weight. All right, what happens if I sent you to jail? Right, I'm going to put you in jail. Right, and I'm going to give you 3 500-calorie meals a day. Right, I'm going to create your meals. They're going to be bang on accurate for calories. You're going to get 3 a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Nothing else. You're not going to have access to any other food. 1,500 calories a day. What would happen? You'd lose weight. All right. Now, obviously, we can't do that experiment. I'd love to do it. Not in a weird way. I don't want to lock people up. But what I mean is, any people that go, I've been eating this amount of calories and, I've been eating this amount of calories and I'm not losing weight. I'm like, let's put you in a controlled environment and let's give you the same amount of calories and let's see what happens. Right? It's absolutely amazing. Sometimes I get clients that can't lose a single ounce, right? And then suddenly I'm like, well, I'll share you got NutriCheck, let's share diaries, right? You can watch my diary, I'll watch your diary. Suddenly they start losing weight. Why? Because it's a more controlled environment. They've got me watching them. Because I'm watching them, they're more on it than what they were. And then, oh, it's funny that, isn't it? Right? Last 2 months, you've eaten 1,700 calories a day and not lost a thing, not lost an ounce. But as soon as Big Brother's here, the boss is keeping tabs on you a little bit more and up to your accountability, right? And I know when you're entering in your diary, such and such has updated their diary. And I tell you, put it in your app, don't stick it in your trap. Suddenly you're updating your diary at 9 a.m. before you have your breakfast, 11 a.m. before you have your lunch, singing before you have that, right? And then, suddenly it happens. Why? Because I do it with clients, right? I've shared my diary. I don't do it loads. I don't want to be Big Brother because I'm not going to be there all the time. Right? I do not need to be Big Brother, or I don't want to be Big Brother. I've probably done it with 10 clients over this year. 9 of them absolutely boxed it out of the park. As soon as I started sharing diaries with them and started looking a little, giving them that extra accountability, good, right? Lost one, but they were just so ingrained that they couldn't lose weight. I tried everything. Now, I'm not a magician, all right? I'm not Paul Daniels. You're like this, not a lot, all right? I'm not. Everyone's like, who the hell's Paul Daniels? I can't just pull rabbits out of hats. I wish I could. Right? There's no magic to weight loss. And, I can only help people that want to help themselves. That's the honest truth. That is the honest truth. Now, don't get me wrong. I do get people that they generally want to help themselves, but they are self-sabotaging. They're not being accountable. They're struggling, but they're always there. I know they're trying. They come on the lives. They come on the private lives that we do within the community. They message in the groups. They message me privately when they're struggling a little bit. I've got a client at the moment. She's actually, I'm not naming any names. I don't, unless, I always try and keep client confidence. If I know a client's happy for me to talk about their scenario, but I've got a client at the moment. She's just very hard on herself. She's doing great, right? But and I've had this loads, and it's my job to try and keep her positive. That's the main thing, because the messages she's sending me, her progress sheet isn't reflecting that. But she's just a bit hard on herself. We've all done it and we've all been there. The issue with that is when we constantly beat ourselves up, whether we're doing good or not, it's a self-sabotage mentality. And it can... Sorry, my camera keeps going off outside. I don't know if it's Rachel mooching about or like it's a delivery trying to find the house or something. Anyway, and that's the thing. I get clients that are doing great. That their progress sheet does not represent... Dogs are barking now. Alexa, show front spotlight. Change my internet. I don't think it's attached. Flipping heck. Anyway, Rachel sort it out. She's not come to see me. So. Dogs, I might just have to go and check what's going on. Anyway, it's that self-sabotage mentality. I'm doing a live tomorrow on self-sabotage, right? And I've had a couple of clients recently that are just like, I'm really struggling. Things are going wrong. I'm like, I'm not saying your eating's not changed a little bit, but the way you're describing your journey at the moment isn't reflected in your progress sheet. I've got the data there. The scales don't lie. So I'm not saying you might not be eating the healthiest at the moment. I'm not saying you're not. I've done that too. I've gone shopping. Rachel's there. What's going on at the front? The camera keeps going off. Yeah, I don't know. Go on, have a look. You go and have a look. He's got a knife. Go open the door. It might be, to be honest with you, it's only flipping 20 past 8 at night. The camera goes off all the time because of dog walkers. Anyway, I'm just having a look. Anyway, evening, Dan. Hope we're good. So I'm very aware of self-sabotage mentalities. And we want to... I think it's a bit human nature-y, but we just constantly want to drag ourselves down. Like we just constantly, and it's just a low self-esteem, low confidence thing. But even if you're doing great on the scales, if you keep acting and talking, Rachel's been a bit like it the last couple of weeks. I had to stop myself. Yes, the other day we were dog walking because I'm a husband, not a coach. And if she asked me for help, I'll give her advice, but she didn't. But Rachel's been doing really good for about 18 months. And I could just tell with her attitude a little bit. It's just slipped the last couple of weeks. Not the fact that she started being a bit more hard on herself. She started, and it's a self-sabotage thing. She's doing really well. and it's kind of like it's a bit of self-doubt creeping in, self-sabotage creeping in, and it lowers your mood. When your mood's lower, it's harder to control calories. So, I'm not her coach, I'm a husband, but I can recognize it. So I'm trying to talk in a way that is just bigging her up. I'm just trying to build the confidence up a little bit. Anyway, little things tonight. We've seen someone we've not seen for a couple of months walking the dog, just coincidentally, and they're someone that would never, very rarely give a compliment out, right? And they saw Rach tonight, and they went, flipping heck, look at you, how much weight have you? And suddenly I could see the glow in her go, bing, and it was just that few elements of self-doubt that have been creeping in the last few weeks seem to have been eradicated instantly. So, but it is part of weight loss. It is. It's the mental game of it. I am absolutely dripping, right? And not in a good way. It is really, really hot. It is so hot. I'm taking my cap off. I should have my door open, but I can't be bothered with dogs coming in and out. Anyway, right. Let me scan down and see what we're missing. Is it normal to feel very tired and worn out at the beginning of your journey? Not really, Nikki. I mean, you're probably just, it's one of them. Like, you're probably putting a lot of effort in at the moment, a lot of overthinking, right? Well, that can be quite tiring, physically and mentally, Yeah, and you've got to give time for your body to adapt. So, yes and no, It's like I say, and you probably just, weight loss should be done naturally. Right, what we should be doing, when I say weight loss should be done naturally, what I mean is it shouldn't be a constant effort, right? It shouldn't be a constant effort to get steps in. It shouldn't be a constant effort to track calories. It shouldn't be a constant effort all the time to do weight loss. Weight loss needs to become part of your life, something that you do on a day-to-day basis, something that just comes natural to us. But it takes time for that to happen. So at the start of your journey, but this is why it's so important to try and walk before we can run. This is why I know someone physically can do 10,000 steps a day, right? But there's a reason why I start them on 5,000 steps a day, because I don't want them to run before they can walk. We've gone at weight loss like a bull in a china shop too much. So that could be tiring you out a little bit, Nikki. That could be tiring you out a little bit. You might just become a little bit mentally exhausted, right? It could be a mental exhaustion rather than a physical exhaustion. So, yeah, it can be, but you've just got to give it time, right? And again, it could be a little bit of a self-sabotage creeping in where it's, I'm just so tired. I'm just doing this. And like I say, if you feel overtired, it's a lot harder to control calories. So, yes and no. Some people are buzzing at the start of their journey and they feel more energy than they've ever had before because they've changed the diet, they've done this, they've done that. Sometimes some people just, are you trying to do this naturally, Nikki, or is everything feeling like an effort? And if the way you're doing something, getting your steps in, tracking your calories, eating your food, is feeling like an effort, we need to change the way you're doing it. Right? Because this is a lifestyle change. The way if you're currently, someone's like, yeah, I get my steps in by setting my alarm at 5:30 a.m. and I go out and do 2 hours before, and then I've got my steps in for the day. Great. If you could do that, if you're happy to do that and that works for you, great. But if it doesn't work, if you're like, I'm like, are you going to do that every day until for the next 30 years? Oh, no, I'm just doing it while I'm losing weight. Well, stop doing it then. Like, I get my steps in by most days 15 minutes on the cross trainer in the gym, 25-minute dog walk in the afternoon, and 25-minute dog walk at night time. And then the rest of them are topped up just by, I don't sit down that much. I'm always, if I sit here for an hour, I always sit out, right, I'll go and prep tea. And then once I've walked into the house and prepped tea, I'll sit down and then, I'll go and do some washing. And then I'll sit back down here and then I'll go and, do this. I've done it today. Like, I've actually done 3 dog walks today because I've been to the gym and trained. Then I've been to Lidl. Then I've been to Aldi. Then I've come home. Then I've done some other content, stood up and moved about a little bit. Then I've walked one dog, right? Then I've come back in, done some work. Then I've walked the other 2 dogs. Then I've come back in. So I'm just constantly on the go. And that just racks the steps up. And I have no idea actually how many I've done, to be honest with you. I've done 13,576 steps. I've not done a walk for longer than 1 walk for longer than 20 minutes. Well, 1 dog for 20 minutes, other 2 dogs for 20 minutes, and then we've just been out tonight for 20 minutes. But that's an hour. And then I've done 15 minutes on the cross trainer. Cross trainers are quite quick, so 15 minutes on the cross trainer is probably the equivalent of 25 minutes walking, and then other bits and pieces pottering about. Yeah? So, I'm a medical marvel. It's absolutely not tracking the audacity. I hate to break it to you, but right, let me scan up. I just hate how I can't be consistent with movement. Barely moved today, and I have no excuse. Again, Callum, why are you holding yourself back? And we've talked about this before. Callum's one of my clients. And again, is it the way you're doing those steps that you just, you don't like it, And look, if at the end of the day, we've got to look at it that if you can't drag yourself to go for a couple of walks a day, then how are we going to increase your movement in other ways? Now, because moving more on a day-to-day basis isn't just about burning calories. Yes, it increases our calorie burn, right? But it's about physical health. It's about mental health. It's good for us, right? So it's kind of, and I've said this to you before, what's holding you back? What is there's something that's stopping you, because it's not like, come on, we've got to be honest with ourselves. Like, it's, if you've just sat around all day, like Callum's, and I love Callum's honesty, I've got no excuses, right? I've just not moved today. I've just been lazy, right? I love it. I love the honesty. So many people are like, well, I've had this, I've had that. And Callum's like, no, I've just sat on my arse and not moved all day. Why? What's the boundary? What's stopping you? You obviously don't enjoy it, because if we enjoy doing something, we'll consistently do it. Now, I'm not saying I always want to go for a walk, but I love taking the dogs out. I do. Now, you might sit there and go, well, that's all right. I've not got a dog. I didn't until 2017. Right? I was over 200 pounds down by the time I got my first dog. I still did it. The thing for me is, whenever I needed to do something that I couldn't be asked doing, I just remembered how I felt being 37 stone Neil. That soon got me out of my seat, right? I'm like, you remember 37 stone Neil? Callum, maybe that's something that might work for you. You've done fantastic this year. You've lost 4 stone. You've made a massive change. You've lost like a fifth or more of your body weight, mate. You've done amazing. Maybe it's just a case of, when you sat on the sofa and you just can't be arsed moving. The weather's been great, right? Just get a picture up. Have a picture somewhere permanently of Callum last October. Have a picture of Callum a year ago and just ask yourself, just look at that picture and go, do you want to go back to being this Callum? And then look in the mirror and go, or do you want to be this Callum? Ask yourself that question. If the answer is you want to be the Callum on the phone, stay on the sofa. If the answer is no, I want to be the Callum that I now see in the mirror, go and get your steps done, right? And you can break your steps up any way you want to. If you find it a right inconvenience doing half an hour, 45-minute walks, do 15 minutes. Just go, right, I'm going to do 15 minutes before lunch, 15 minutes straight after lunch, 15 minutes before tea, 15 minutes straight after tea. You've done an hour. And it's the little 15-minute blocks, It's got to be a way. We'll find the answer, Callum. We'll get you consistent with those steps. I promise you. All good here, just back from the weekend in Berwick. I want to be a Berwick Ranger. Nice one, Dan. Can you overeat on protein? Not really. Only if you go over your calories. Now, don't get me wrong. Certain people, if you are got any major kidney issues, you could, but still you'd have to eat 300-400 grams of protein a day. Most people I know that are on a weight loss journey, if you eat 300 grams of protein in a day, that's 1,200 calories worth of protein. Most people that are eating 300 grams of protein a day are going to struggle to stick to a calorie deficit. I'm not saying it can't be done, but probably would struggle to stick to a calorie deficit. Yeah, my attitude has slipped too. You keep saying this, Paula, but again, your progress sheet isn't reflecting that. So, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you might be like, yeah, I know I'm losing weight, but I'm not tracking. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Like, it's not a fluke. If you're not doing what you should be doing and you're consistently losing weight, you are in a calorie deficit. I think probably what you're probably not like lack of self-control. I'm very much like this. I don't like being out of control. Right? I don't. So even if I was consistently losing weight, but I felt like I was winging it a little bit, I get it. And I think maybe you're a bit like that at the moment, Paul. But again, we've talked about this. Routines all over the place. A lot of people's are at the moment. Summer holidays and this, that, and the other. So again, we've got to look at the justification. Now, when things settle down, September, I know you got a bit of a busy September, but October, and it's like, yeah, my routine's just normal. And then things aren't quite right. And maybe we need to delve in a little bit more, No, still in deficit, right. No, so if you're still in deficit and you're eating protein, it's sound. You can't eat too much of any macronutrient for weight loss as long as you're in a calorie deficit. I find dog walks a massive demand, to be honest, but I do it because he needs it. Do you find the dog walks a massive demand? Is it kind of like, do you find Milo hard work to walk because he's such a big dog? Or do you just find the routine of constantly having to, again, I've got to do this. I was a little bit like that when we first got a dog. It was kind of like, because before when I used to get my steps in, if I couldn't be bothered in the morning, I'd do it in the afternoon. If I couldn't be bothered in the afternoon, I'd do it in the evening. Whereas dogs are like, they don't care. They're hassling you. And I hate getting hassled, right? And sometimes they're hassling me at 10 in the morning. And I'm like, no, you go out, you know your routine. That's my routine. I take you out after lunch and I take you out after tea. That's the routine, right? And when they're mithering me for a walk at 10 in the morning, it does me nothing. But when I'm out walking the dogs, I love it. I do love it. I moved house to somewhere that needed work and it was terrible for ordering in going out. And you say that's a bonus. I do think that's a bonus of where I live. I can't get takeaways delivered. Well, I can, but if you get a takeaway delivered, if I get a takeaway delivered here, it's always cold, right? And it takes ages. So it's definitely a bonus. It's definitely a bonus. We do not have the option, and we don't have any take. Well, we've got a Chippy at Village, in next village. That's it. That's my option. Oh, and an Italian, to be fair, but the Italian only opens Thursday to Sunday. The Chippy opens Tuesday to Saturday. And that's it, yeah. And we don't have, like I say, we can get a delivery in, but it's always cold by the time it comes, so we don't bother. It's definitely a bonus. And the routine is really good, to be honest, but the demand of it, we don't have a routine with it either. Yeah, so again, maybe it's just, like I say, the dogs hassle me for a walk, but we do have that routine. We do have it. It's after dinner, after tea, right? And that's it. And I just stick to it. And it fits in with me. I my days, Monday to be fair, I always say this. I always say like routine goes out the window at the weekend. It doesn't really for us. We stay pretty much like, especially with dog walking, it's after dinner, after tea. Doesn't matter. Like the only time it might change is if we're out for the day, my mum's got them or something like that. No, I mean I did a lot of it because kitchen. Right, okay, I get you. Yeah, that can be. I get a lot of people that are like, yeah, we bought an house, we did this. But again, did you really need to just eat out all the time or get takeaways? No. Like, there are options. You can have a microwave anywhere, right? As long as you've got electric, you've got a microwave, you've got an air fryer. We can make better options if we want to make better options. But sometimes the easiest option in our head might not be the right option, but the easiest option is to order a takeaway, So again, that's just a learning curve. It's just, again, I get clients all the time. They're like, yeah, I'm going away with work for 2 nights. I don't know what to do. Well, I'll tell you what to do. Stick to your calories. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're in an hotel or you're in thinking. I'm not saying it's as easy when you're in it, but it's that change of routine. And it's that like, well, yeah, but I am in an hotel, but I get to charge it to the company. And if I can charge it to the company, they don't mind if I charge a couple of glasses of wine to the company. I'm like, right, well, you answered your own question then. You don't, it's not like you can't stick to your calories if you're living out of a hotel for 2 nights. You don't want to. You want to rinse the company's credit card for steak, chips, and a couple of glasses of red wine. Well, if that's the case, well, those are your higher calorie days, and you've got to rein it in at the weekend. Well, yeah, but at the weekend, we're going out with Johnny and Karen for drinks and that. I'm like, right, well, what do you want? Like, you can have your cake and eat it, but you can't have a Bruce Bogtrotter cake and eat. Like, there's got to be some compromise. If you want to go out with Johnny and Karen at the weekend and have a lovely night out and a few meals, a nice meal and a few drinks, then you need to rein it in whether you're in flipping Milton Keynes in an hotel or you're back home in flipping wherever in an hotel, right? You need to rein, and that's it. Sometimes there's no easy answers. And I've been there. Love Johnny and Karen. Johnny and Karen are class. Great night out. I'd rather go out with Johnny and Karen than sit in me hotel restaurant eating a pretty crap steak and chips and having a couple of glasses of red wine just because it's on the company. Fleece the company for a couple of glasses of Evian or something that's quite expensive. Right, let me scan down, see what I'm missing. YouTube, Facebook's quiet tonight. It's dead busy this morning. It's quiet tonight. It'll click eventually, I hope. I'll try the picture. You never know. Yeah, I just think we've just got to just try and get out the box a little bit and just try a few different things, Callum. At the end of the day, mate, it's not affecting your journey. You've absolutely smashed your journey this year. But it is something you should be building into your routine. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. We'll get there. We will get there. Like I say, it's just finding that little switch. That little switch. That's what we need to find, isn't it? Yeah. Been far too hot for dog walks here today. Yeah, I took Betty out. Clouded over about 3. I took her out for 10, 15 minutes. It's not been hot enough here. It's been muggy here. The sun's not been baking. It's been muggy. And then I waited, and then it went really cloudy at about 5 o'clock, and that's when I took Blossom and Wilma out. So actually, I was a bit later today, but that's just circumstance because of the weather. Tomorrow, I'll probably get them out early. Guys, I'll let you know in the morning. I am TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, 8:30 till 9:30. Weight Loss Coaching Live, talking about self-sabotage tomorrow on the Weight Loss Coaching Live on the community. If you would like, if you're sat there now and you feel you're self-sabotaging or you do self-sabotage on the weight loss journey, you want to come and watch that live, you need to be part of my community. To be part of my community, you either need to sign up to my community, £5 for your first month using code WELCOME, or come on my one-to-one plan. There are 2 weeks left. 2 weeks on Wednesday to take advantage of my summer deals, right? If you want to take advantage of my summer deals, half price sign up, 15 quid, get signed up. You won't pay another penny till the end of the month, right? So we'll get you going a week today, 18th of August. Your direct debit will start it'll start on Sunday, the 31st of August, which means it will not go out of your account until 1st of September, right? So come get signed up, 15 quid. You'll get 2-3 weeks, a couple of weeks under your belt. Instant access to the community. You can come watch that live tomorrow for 15 quid. Then it's $29.99 a month for 3 months. That's all that's for a 3 months commitment. Right? And if you want to, if you sign up to the one-to-one plan, you can also join the challenge. 2 more sign-ups for the challenge today. I think we're just over 20. 21. We're 21 for the Boss Your Weight Loss Challenge. Someone did message me today saying, how long have you got to sign up? If you're already on plan, in all honesty, you've got until really this is going to push it, and I wish you wouldn't leave it this long to sign up, but it's fine if you decide to do it last minute. The 12th of September starts on the 15th. I can actually get your challenge written up in about 20 minutes. Right? Now, obviously, I've got 21 people, so 21 times 23 people's an hour. So I'm currently sat with about 8 hours worth to write up. Yeah. And I can't really start the challenges because I base your challenge check-in target on kind of what your last check-in was. So we sort of kick off from there and get going there. So it's not like I could start them now. I kind of could, but I'm not going to. So yeah, the week before the challenge starts is a manic one for me. So the sooner you can get signed up, the more I can get prepped in, and then anyone that checks in on the to be fair, your last check-in is going to be the 12th, but I'll do it on the check-in before that. Things won't change massively till that time. So if you want to come on the challenge, get signed up. 500 quid to the winner. 1 in 21 chance at the moment. Normally it's about 30 that enter the challenge. So there'll be a few more of you guys coming in. But if you're new to Plan, you can still enter and come on board and enter the challenge. It'd be a great way to motivate you for the run up to Christmas. Starts mid-September, finishes mid-December. Doesn't matter if you've got a holiday, bits, pieces going on in between. It's all built into the challenge. All right, so come get signed up. Let me scan up. Wait, what's the challenge? Challenge is my one-to-one plan. So you need to be on my one-to-one plan. And basically, over the course of 12 weeks, you get 6 check-ins because my clients check in every 2 weeks. You get targets to hit each check-in around calories and steps. Depending on how well you hit those targets, depends on how many points you score. And on the 12th of December, whoever scored the most points wins 500 quid. It's 50 quid to enter the challenge. So you need to sign up to my one-to-one plan, which is currently off price, and it's 50 quid to enter the challenge. So 65 quid in total, and you are in one-to-one plan, and you will have paid your challenge entrance fee. You will lose if you stick and hit your target. You'll be over from middle of September going into Christmas. You'll be a stone plus down anyway, which I'm sure that's well worth 50 quid, right? But if you're the best, you'll also win £500. Second place gets 150 quid. Third place gets £100. Fourth and fifth get free coaching for January, February. So there's a good few prizes to win. So come get involved. Let me. I'm in. Did you get my deposit? Yes. I was like, Helen, I've got a few Helens. I've got 3 Helens doing the challenge, to be fair. I was like, which Helen's that? But yeah, if you're a Helen R, of the both, I've got 2 Helen R's and 1 Helen D. If you're a Helen R, I've only got 2 Helen R's on plan. I don't know which one you are, Helen. Give me a clip. Oh no, Helen, I have. I've looked at you, but I think your profile picture is similar to your WhatsApp maybe. Anyway, yes, you're in. You're all good. You are in. I don't think my self-sabotage needs any tips. I started doing delivery driving for a couple of takeaways 3 nights a week. Get a free meal. So hard to say no. I bet, Ryan. Can you not sort of say, instead of giving me a free meal a night, can I have 1 a week on a Saturday or when you're not driving? Try and trade off with them like that. Because you have 1 a week, can't you? You can have 1. Or, it depends what takeaway you're working for. But if it's like a kebab shop, get a chicken shish. Chicken. Yeah, it's Helen. Helen, we've got you. You're in. Yes, Helen, I got your deposit last week. Yeah, you're in. You're all good. Karen H is in. Helen R is also known as Helen D. There's Helen. I've got a lot of Helens. Got a lot of Karens and a lot of Helens. It's really funny with names for people that sign up because I get a lot of first names and they're all quite similar age. And it's just like, that name was obviously very popular at the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, get a lot of Rachels. Like my wife's Rachel. And a lot of the Rachels I get are between like late 20s, early 40s. And I just think that's when it's like, so they were born between like late 80s up until like maybe late 90s or something like that. And then I'm kind of like, well, from 1993, Rachel in Friends was extremely popular. So I'm wondering if that's a contribution to it. Do you know what I mean? You just see trends with names and they're all and you're just like, and it is the same, isn't it? Now like, there's a name that's really popular at the moment. Apart from Neil, no one's called Neil. It's a dead name. It's gone. Neil, Gary, Keith. It'll never come back. It should never have been about in the first place, right? It's just absolutely a dead name. Like, I often, say to them, what didn't you like about me at birth that you called me Neil? Like, and the reason they called me Neil was it couldn't be abbreviated. But you look in the late 70s, early 80s, Neil, like the young ones, it was a popular name then. Right? Why? I have no idea. Why, I have no idea. Neil the Baby. Yeah, Neil the Baby's the only Neil that's ever been around since the early 80s. Since the early 80s. I don't know why that comment's been moderated. Let me unmoderate it for you. But yeah, since that's been moderated since that comment was moderated. But yeah, Neil the Baby is the only Neil that's ever been around since the early 80s. Does anyone else know another Neil? Does anyone else? Does anyone know a modern day Neil? No. Maybe Ireland or something. Maybe it's a bit more popular, the Irish spelling of it. I don't have no idea. I couldn't imagine a 1-year-old Neil. No, absolutely not. No, like I say, Keith, Gary, Neil. There's a few dead names, isn't there? Few dead names. You just don't get them. They'll just never be a thing. Get a pizza, not a what? What's it? I tried get a massive. Yeah, that's a different type of takeaway in that, right? From an Italian and a main course rice from the Chinese and try and share it with Nicola. He's still having that. Ryan's having that free meal. He said, "I'd say it's hard to resist, Neil. The fact is, I don't resist. We just share it." All right, fair enough. Pizza and rice. Try and get a kebab. Just try and get chicken shish and salad or something like that. I know it's hard to say no because it's free food at the end of the day. Is there any other Callums? Not on plan. Callum, very popular name. Like Callum Best. When Callum Best was quite popular. I bet Callum Best was quite popular when you were born, Callum, because I know how old you are. So yeah, there's some any other famous Callums? There are. Callum's an Irish name though, isn't it? Is Callum Irish? It's Irish, isn't it, Callum? Very popular Irish name. Anyway, there we go. We always done names tonight. I rarely meet another Tina. Yeah, Tina. There's not Tina Turner. If you ever seen Napoleon Dynamite, the alpaca or lawman, that was called Tina. How many other Tinas are there? Yeah, it's not a very common name. I've never met another Faye without an E at the end. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Again, I get loads of different spellings of Claire. I get C-L-A-I-R-E, C-L-A-I-R, C-L-A-R-E. I think that's about it. There's 3 or 4 different spellings of Claire. Because I'm always, when I'm doing progress sheets, hi, how do you spell that one? Tracy's the same. It's either with an E or a Y. Why? What's the difference? We have a guide dog puppy at work called Neil. There you go, that's it. It's only good for dogs now. Dead in humans, just good for dogs. In my house, you are not Neil, you are Neil John. I'd like to know why. I used to get Ian a lot. I don't know why. Certain people. You can call me Neil John. Is that Liam? Is Liam just call me Neil John? He can call me Neil John. I'm flipping heck. I've been called a hell of a lot worse in my time. Scottish, then Finney's Irish. Oh yeah, Callum Scottish. I bet, to be fair though, Scotland, Ireland, the names, there's a lot of crossover in there between Scotland and Ireland. A lot of crossover. Right, I work with 2 Neils, but both in their 40s. There you go. You now work with 3 Neils because I'm in my 40s, mid-40s. 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow. No, 3 weeks tomorrow. 45. When you're 45, are you still close? Are you closer now to 50 than 40? That's how my or have you got to be 45 and 6 months? How does it work? So 41 is a year, 42, 43, 44. So that's 44. I'm 4 years away. 45. I'm 5 years away from 40. 46, 47, 48, 49. No, I'm bang in the middle, aren't I? Absolutely bang in the middle. So the 3rd of September, I'm closer to 50 than I am to 40. Brilliant. Not that I'm bothered. No, only when you hit 46. All right, okay, I'll take that. All right, Helen, you can come again. You can come again. You take that. So when I'm 40, so I've got another year. I've got a year and 3 weeks until I'm closer to 50 than I am to 40. Right, I'll have that. You can come again, Helen. That's all right. That's all right. I'll take that one. I'm going to embrace it. It's just a number. Doesn't mean anything. It's just a number. You don't look mid-40s at all. Lauren, you can come again as well. Thank you very much. I will. I'll take that. But yes, I certainly feel it. I might not look it. I definitely Looking with these wrinkles, I might have to go with Rachel. Rachel's back in 2 weeks having more Botox or something. I might have to. I couldn't afford it. Can you imagine how much it cost to flatten this forehead out? Absolutely. I'd have to sell the house. I'd have to sell the house. It's not happening. I'm 40 in October. I'm going. Don't honestly. It's just a number. It means nothing. It means nothing. Everyone's like, I'm gutted when I'm 30. I'm gutted, but it means nothing. Yeah. It means absolutely nothing. I want to get both. I just don't. We talked about this morning, and I don't know if I offended anyone saying women are possibly a bit more worried a bit more about their looks than men in a way. That's kind of how I wanted to get it across. Like vanity is a bit more important to him. Like, I couldn't give a toss. Like I had a spot there the other day. I was like, oh my god, look at that spot. We need to get rid of it. I'm like, it'll go in a couple of days. No, I need to squeeze. I'm like, no, you weirdo. Stop wanting to squeeze my spots. No, go on, let me know. But I'm like, don't bother me. Like, don't bother me. The fact I've got like, honestly, I look like a Shar-Pei. Do you know what I mean? You know, one of them dogs with all folds of skin. When I'm frowning, like, don't bother me. Couldn't give a toss. Couldn't give a toss. I'm not too happy with my receding hairline. I used to have it's not too bad. There's people in a lot worse positions, certainly a lot younger than me, but that might need some attention in a bit of time. I don't know. That might be a week all inclusive in Antalya in a bit of time. I don't know, but I'm all right. I think I'm all right. I'm 4 years away from 40. My goal is to be in the best shape of my life when I hit 40. I think that's why, although I've got the joints of a 60-year-old and I'm a bit knackered with them a little bit, I think that's why growing old gracefully for me isn't an issue. Because, I'm 45. Like when I was 25, like I couldn't walk 200 yards without keeling over and panting. So I think that's why, it does feel a little bit different for me. And 40 next year, and I'm looking forward to being 40 and the fittest type in as an adult. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, isn't it? You know, I'm in great shape. I don't mean great shape as in like body shape or anything like that. I just feel good. Like my mental health's decent. My fitness levels are pretty decent. I'm half the weight I've spent most of my adult life. So I couldn't give a toss about a number, you know. And the healthier I've been in years and I'm on so much less medication. Yeah, I think and this is why we should be losing weight and working on things. It's, when I get clients message me like, I'm on less tablets. I don't need my blood pressure meds anymore. I reversed my type 2 diabetes. That's where it is, isn't it? That's where it's at. That's where we need to be. And other than my sulfasalazine for my arthritis, I've never been on any meds. I probably should have been at 37 stone, but I never went to the doctors. I was too scared to go because I knew what they were going to tell me. They were going to tell me things that I didn't want to hear. But I do go and get health checks, get my bloods done privately, and I'm on, other than my meds for my arthritis, and I'm hoping at some point, if I get my knees done and my hips done, I won't need to be on those. I don't know. Right, I'm going to go. It's just gone 9 o'clock. Been a good live, that. I like that. I like talking about a few different bits and pieces. It's always good, isn't it? Oh, Kevin's in. Sorry. Kevin's in. I'm 46 now, definitely closer to 50. My body keeps right. Yeah, well, that's the thing with me. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, in my 20s, and then I stand up and my knees like, ooh, not too fast, chief. Let a bit of blood flow, get through the arthritis before you move. And I'm like, stretch me joints, right? Stretch me other joints, right? Now I can move. Anyway, there we go. That's it. Right. Now I've depressed everyone about thinking how old they are. I'm gonna go to bed. What did we watch last night? I fell asleep watching it. Is that a reflection of the film? It wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. Thunderbolts. I'm a Marvel geek. I love me Marvel. Not watched a good Marvel film for a long time. I'm hoping they're going to redeem themselves a little bit. But yeah, it was all right. It was all right. It was watchable. Not the best thing I've ever seen. Anyway, there we go. I meant to watch the Lucy Letby thing tonight. Oh, what's that? Oh, I might have seen that. Oh, I enjoyed Thunderbolts. Yeah, Yeah, it's not the best, not the worst. I can't remember where I fell asleep. I'll have to do a bit of rewinding. Because Rachel did the old, oh, I didn't know you'd fall asleep. Didn't know I'd fallen asleep, Rachel. I snore like a flipping water glove. If I'm asleep, you know I'm asleep. Right? Did you watch the rest of it? Might have done. Well, you're going to have to watch it again now. Does anyone else's partner that? Like, when I know Rachel's fallen asleep, I turn off what we're watching because I know I'll only have to rewatch it tomorrow. So, like that, I fall asleep and it's like, oh, we're not watching this. I watched it last night. I was like, well, I fell asleep. Yeah, well, it's your fault. Oh, cheers. Yeah, if she did, I get an absolute bollocking. Anyway, yeah, it was all right. So I'm going to go watch the rest of that, I think. We were going to watch John Wick Ballerina, but I've got it on possibly not like, got it on a certain format, and it was in French. I don't know how to turn it from French into English. Anyway, Thunderbolts worked, so I'm going to, that was all right. Anyway, right, I'm going. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 8:30. I'll let you know in the morning. I think I've put tomorrow's weight loss coaching live in at 10. I might move it to 10:30, because I'll tell you why. Not that I'm not here, I am here, but because of the weather, I might do me live 8:30 till 9:30, then go and get the dogs walked. And I've got to, because we've got 3 at the moment, I've got to walk them all separately. Well, not all separately. I walk Blossom and Wilma together, then I walk Betty on her own. So I might go get the dogs walked just before it gets too hot. Excuse me. And then come and do the live. So I'll let you know in the morning, though. I'll see what the weather's like in the morning, but it's meant to be hot tomorrow. It is meant to be rather warm, isn't it, tomorrow? So there we go. Right, enjoy the rest of your Monday night. If you want to come on plan, TikTok profile, click on my link tree. Send over an inquiry form. I'll send you all the details. Or just get signed up. Go into my link tree. There's the plans in my link tree. You can just click on them. Monthly plan, yearly plan. Sign up to the monthly plan, and then you want to do the challenge. We can just book you onto it afterwards. You can sign up through the website, but I've not got it in my shop in TikTok in link tree. Anyway, Facebook, no TikTok. I'll see you in the morning, 8:30 a.m. Have a great evening. I know it's nearly night. Whatever you're doing first evening, have a good one. And Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, I'll be back 8:30 in the morning. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, whatever you're doing. And if you're free, I'll see you tomorrow.